Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome day, and today's video is a review of the brand new Colourpop Little Yellow palette, Little Ray of Sunshine eyeshadow palette. This retails for $12. You can get it on Colourpop's site. I'll leave it linked down below. And today we're doing like a first impressions kind of review. Now I have done one previous look. I put it on my Instagram story using this palette beforehand because the second I had it in my hands I had to use it immediately. I didn't have time to review it at that time. But today I wanted to go ahead and do a look with you and give you my first thoughts on it. Now I have used it once, so I have a little bit of experience with it, which will help me towards the end of the video giving you like a review of the palette. But let's do a cute look together, and I'm excited. You guys know I love yellow. Like, look at that. Does this not scream me? I feel like so many of you guys tagged me in this when you saw it and it got released, and I was here for every single person who tagged me in it because it's beautiful and I'm super excited. It's in my hands, so let's go get started with the look. Alright guys, before we get into the look, I wanted to show you some swatches. Now, I had to do these in natural lighting because they got washed out by the camera light. So here's what it looks like against natural light. All of the palettes swatched out, they are all matte shades. And actually they look pretty good. Like honestly, the white shade in the front is kind of like chalky looking, but everything else is pretty evenly pigmented, especially the bright yellow in the middle is really nice. Like they're not bad shadows by any means. And here is the Little Ray of Sunshine palette against two other Colourpop palettes that also feature yellow in case you wanted to see the shade difference. This one has more mustardy tones in it and more of a golden yellow. This is more lighter yellows, and then the Yes Please palette has a staple kind of middle yellow. But they are different by a lot in case you're wondering if you had these kind of yellow shades in your collection from Colourpop already. Alright, hello. I already have my eyelids primed and we're going to get started before they start creasing on me. So what I'm going to do is take the Little Ray of Sunshine palette, which I don't like the name of. I feel like it's very kid-like. I know it's a cutesy palette. I just don't like the name of it. I just think it's meh. Both going to get started. So I have this new Sigma brush. It's the Soft Blend 10. It's kind of like a domey kind of blending brush. So I'm going to start off with this first shade, which is called Sun's Out. Also the white words against this palette, I don't know if you can tell. The names of shades is underneath them, but it's really hard to tell against the white lights and really hard to tell for me in general. But they do have the name of the shades up here, so I'm going to have a hard time reading those. But I'm just going to take this shade and buff it under our brow bone since I put eyelid primer everywhere. And I'm just going to keep it up here. I'm not going to go down with it or anything. Tapping that shadow off on my arm, let's get started with some colors now. Now, from the first look I did, these do not show up exactly how they look in the pan. I would say this is much brighter than it looked in the pan when I put it on my eyes, and this is actually pretty perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off, let's just build up and see what comes out. So this is called Vitamin D. It is like a taupey brown color. I'm going to tap into here, tap off our excess, and just buff this over our crease and see what kind of color we get compared to what's in the pan. Because as you can tell on the eyes, it has slightly more of a yellowy hue to it than it does in the pan, which is like a solid taupe looking color. This is more golden on the eyes, which I have no problem with, but I do like to know what color I'm gonna get before I put it on my face. You know, like, what if this isn't the color I wanted? So this is our color over the crease. Very subtle, but definitely more of like this mustardy shade than it looks in the pan, which looks like a solid brown. Now, if you're using a yellow palette, sure, it'd be okay with a yellow shade, most likely. But what if you didn't want a yellow look and you wanted to use like the light shades or like the orangey reddy shades, reddy browny shades? You know, but I mean, I just think the color should be accurate on the eyes and it's not. So I'm going to take now, I'm going to take Sunnies. I'm having a hard time reading. Sunnies, which is the center shade. And I'm going to buff this in the inner portion of our crease. Just so you can see how like bright that color gets. Because I feel like that's like the pop of the color that everyone's going to look at when they look at this palette. And that's how it's looking in our crease so far. Here's the other shade. This is with the other yellow. It's looking really nice. Very golden, kind of sunflowery. And again, if you put a white base down and didn't put this first crease color down, I think this bright yellow would be like, because yesterday my yellow look was very yellow. Tapping off anything extra on our brush. Let's look at our eyelids now. Looking pretty good, looking nice and yellow. For the outer corners now, I'm going to mix a combination of Vibey, which is this kind of mustardy shade, mixed in with Limoncello. Limoncello. I'm just going to mix these two shades, which are kind of like the mustardier ones, a little bit of a brown on this one, and I'm going to put this in our outer crease area. This palette, since they are all mattes, and they're all relatively pretty similar except for like the pop of red and stuff, I feel like this is the perfect palette for like work day. You want some color, but you want to use one brush. I feel like this is a really good option for that. Of course, I'm going to use 2 brushes because I'm going to do my lower lash line, but I know a lot of people don't. So I feel like if you just wanted to like mix a couple colors, throw on your lids, super easy. It also blends pretty well too. So there's our outer crease kind of color. I'm going to deepen it up now with this shade Sun Giant, just a little baby bit on the very outer corner. There's that color, it is kind of brown. Since this is an all matte palette and we don't have any like shimmers thrown on the lid, I'm gonna take this shade which is called Happy Place, which is kind of like a light pastel kind of yellow with my finger like I would normal shimmer. And I'm gonna pack this on the lid and then I'll go back with the blending brush and just blend it all together. All right, here is our look. Looking pretty good, very simple. It all kind of mushed together, which is fine with me because it's yellow is yellow. Well, no, that's actually not true. Yellow is not yellow. I will be the judge of the yellows, but these are looking pretty nice. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the shade of Vibey that we used before, which is kind of the mustier shade, on this little Luxie flat angled brush, and I'm just gonna dust it on the lower lash line. Next up in the collection, we have 2 eyeliners. So these are like metallic looking eyeliners. I tried this one yesterday. It is the Sub-Zero, which is like a kind of greeny gold kind of color, which I thought was kind of fun. And then we have this brown, which looks more of, is this one? Yeah, this one's matte. The other one was glittery. And this is called Sunnyvale. Sorry about that. So this is the brown. It's very soft. Like I'm used to Colourpop liners being kind of hard and not want to stick in my like waterline. So this one looks really pigmented, and this is the one I used yesterday, which is like super metallic. But because it is so metallic, any like little spot that's missing is kind of obvious in your waterline. So what I'm gonna do, if I can get the lighting situation back to normal, that'd be great. I don't know. I'm gonna take the brown. I'm just gonna dust it in my waterline just to see how it works, because the other one was like fine, but it didn't really like make an impact, and I'm not used to putting dark colors in my waterline, so we'll see if I hate this or not. All right, whew, my eyes are so sensitive today. I'm so sorry. This is what our eye look looks like up close. Looks pretty good. So I'm gonna take this little Stila thing now. It's a liquid shadow. It's called Follow the Sun. There was like a little trio of these. I got it from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I think it was Marshalls. It was like $12.99 for 3 of these. So I'm gonna take a little flat brush on this and just, like I normally do, put a little bit of glitter in the inner portion of my eyes just to kind of brighten it up right there. And I'm gonna take my finger, just barely touch the shadow, and just tap a little bit of glitter on my lids. So just a little bit of sparkle. Probably gonna take some of our matte shadow on the lid away, but just so when it like hits the light outside and stuff, it just gives it a little bit of shimmer. And I usually do this anyway, so I don't mind just adding like a little bit of something. So this is our eye look. I'm not sure how I feel about the dark liner yet. I'm gonna pop on some mascara, lashes, finish up my face. I'll be right back, and then we'll show you the finished look and talk about the palette. All right guys, so this is the finished look using the Little Ray of Sunshine palette. What do we think? Here's our eye look up close. I also added like a little baby bit of like a pastel yellow liner to the edges. You can't really see with this lash. Just a little bit, just for a little something I thought might be cute. On the sides, like when you go in, ooh, if you go like that. I don't really do that, but if someone caught you from the right angle, you know. Anyways, you guys, this palette's super cute. Now there is a couple things that I would prefer. I prefer smacking a shimmer in the middle of this palette. I could do without like maybe this shade and just like, or just replace these shades and like put a sparkly yellow in this, like a pastel yellow, or even like a regular champagne shade right in the center. Like a nice shimmer. One was all I really asked for in this palette, as long as it's not a dark color. I think it'd be perfect. This is so cute. I do wish some of the colors came off in the eyes exactly how they look in the pan. Like this one came off way more, like more golden than it is in the pan. And this one also came off differently on my eyes. So I do wish that, especially the first time I tried it, I also noticed they were a little bit off from what they look like in the pan, but they are really pretty shadows and they're very pigmented. They're really easy to blend out and work with, especially for the price tag. I can't complain. Packaging, super cute. Cannot read the names of the shades barely, but they are on the back as well. So maybe that helps some people. And I guess the name of the shades don't really matter if you're just using it on daily use. It doesn't matter what shade name you're using. But anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Overall, really happy with this palette. I think I'd probably get more use out of this one than the Honey palette. I like the cardboard packaging more, and I hate that pressed glitter in the other palette. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.